Check it out, man. It's Skar. You already know. Feel me? No feelings, ENT, Mozzy Records. Now rocking with all Bay music.
All right. Welcome, Skar.
It's Andy, my boy.
You already know. How you doing today?
Ah, man, you know, it's another dollar to spend.
Yes, sir.
Trying to win.
So, Skar, how'd you get the name Skar, man?
Oh, man, growing up in the hood, right? There was a point in time where I was young, I wanted to grow my nails out, right? Some other shit, I always bite my nails out, so I tried to stop it at a point in time. And I used to play fighting shit back in the day, you know what I'm saying? And every time I would get down with the homies and whatnot, I never leave a scar and shit on it, you feel me? Because of the nails and shit. So it actually came to me, they was trying to be funny when they threw it at me. Called a nigga Skar, like, that's what we gonna call you, you know what I mean? I was really going by something else, you know what I'm saying? But after a while, I took the energy and I ran with it, like, fuck it, bro, Skar. That's what it is. Like the way it sounds, we gonna get down. You know?
Got you.
Sure.
So it was a nickname before it was a stage name.
Yeah, definitely, man. It was a nickname before a stage name.
Okay. So when did you start making music?
I ain't gonna lie, I started making music like 2010, around there.
Okay.
Like a little bit before, probably I'd say like 2009, I started making music fucking around.
2009. When'd you graduate?
I graduated out of state. They had to send me out the way. I graduated in Texas. I had to go do my last year of high school in San Antonio.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Riverwalk.
Yeah, out there with them, man. You know, the Thunderbirds. I went and did my last year out there. I was in too much trouble. Beforehand, I went to Rosemont, kicked out of there. Then they took me to the Thomas. I went to the Thomas High, kicked out of there. I couldn't really get down in Sac, you know?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you got sent away, in a sense, when you went to Texas?
Yeah, I did.
Gotcha.
My family stayed out that direction, you feel me? So it was a lot more comfy for a nigga to say that. You know
That's
what
good.
I mean? They wanted me to get back over here and take care of my business, so I finished my last year out there.
Gotcha. Okay. So, just to be clear, what city are you from?
I'm from Sacramento.
Sacramento.
Yeah, I'm from the east side of Sacramento, though. I'm from Lincoln Village neighborhood, you know?
Lincoln
It's right
Village.
around Rancho Cordova, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm from Sac, 96.
Gotcha. Okay. So, is there any releases that are already out that you feel like the public should know about?
Yeah, I just dropped this 34th of Mays, right? You already know, I'm gonna fire him up with that. I definitely need the public to tune into that, man. I really think that's like the hardest project that I done did ever. And I say that because the level that I'm at mentally within this game and just knowing what's going on and knowing the type of sound that that's out there that a lot of people can actually relate to. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of great angles on that mother. And I got some good features on there too, you know what I mean? So 34th of May, I need y'all to check that out if you ain't already did that. Besides that, I got an album out called No Feelings too. I've been putting on for No Feelings ENT for a while, you know what I mean? I got some of my No Feelings guys in the building with me. Check that out though. No Feelings, that album, motherfucker dope too.
Dope.
You know what I mean? For sure.
What I noticed in the beginning you said you were with Mozzy Records. How did you link up with Mozzy Records?
Celly Ru. Me and Celly Ru from the same hood. You know, streetwise, I've been knowing Cell since I was like in the 3rd grade, you know what I'm saying? So, but then, he older than me though too. You know what I mean? So, within that point, me seeing them rapping and shit coming up, I always felt like, man, it's something I can do too. But it got to a point where they actually start reaching back, you know what I mean? Like reaching out to me, like, bro.
Come through.
Yeah, we need you over there, you doing your thing, you feel me?
That's
At first,
tight.
I was kind of like, I don't know. I've been pushing this No Feelings. I'm gonna try to keep it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, bro, it ain't nothing but a great opportunity. The door was there. You feel me?
Gotcha.
They already know me from the streets, as I said. So I'm like, let's run it. He locked me in with Mozzy. That nigga was 100% genuine. You know what I mean? We got it going.
Gotcha. What would you say the state of Sacramento right now, man? It seems like there's a lot going on with politics and shit. Like, how does that affect your career?
Well, depending on how it affects, how long I'm actually out there. mainly. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Smart.
I don't know how long I'm actually out there because the closer I am, as we all know, with you within the streets and shit, you're more accessible.
Yeah.
And I'm one of the ones that's more accessible. You know what I'm saying? So within me being so accessible, it's kind of like a lot of that shit affected me. You know what I mean? Like even the shit that's not personally affecting me, it might affect one of my people.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And since I'm from that city and grown up out there, there's so many people that I know that can tap in with me about a situation that they feel like, you know what I'm saying? So
how does it feel to be in front of the sound of the West Coast right now? I feel like definitely Sacramento with a lot of your producers, you know, like JP Bangs, June on the Beat. I feel like there's been a sound that's been crafted. How does it feel to be in front of that?
it's actually good because besides good, it feels great. I'm gonna be real. It's a whole different. I was just telling someone this the other day. It's a whole different perspective when you tell someone you're from Sacramento. They look at you different now. You know what I mean? Like if they're aware of the music.
Yeah, what's going on now?
What's really happening, and they actually go see it and realize that this shit really real. They treat you differently. You know what I mean? See, and I've been rapping like I say for some time. So I remember reaching out to certain people and trying to let them know about me and let them know I'm from Sac, and they was just more or less like, hey, we don't really too much know about Sac. You know what I mean? Like, cool, you dope, but like you're not really from the Bay. Like we don't really push Sac
right.
like that. You know what I mean? Like you
no
know,
doubt.
You gotta stay in that valley range in a way. You feel me? But they told me respectfully, and I'm like, okay, it's cool.
Right.
So to a point now where it's like niggas actually. They respect the sound that we do, and there's so many people that's actually, you know, imitating the sound. You know what I'm saying? So it's dope.
No doubt.
Recognition.
I mean, being from the Bay Area, like I have to give credit where it's due. And the one thing I will say, I mean, obviously Mozzy's had his success, and so the records side of it will have its success as well. But the sound, I think, is what the main thing that's changed since all that is like the JP Bangs and I mean there's a few producers putting out that sound, not just those two, but it is exciting to watch even the Bay Area grip to the sound in a sense. I know a lot of people will say, oh, you know, we're copying Sacramento, but it's like, you know.
Nah, that's love. I got some producers from Stockton, San Jose, like my nigga Ticket, Beats by Ticket, he going crazy right now, you know, and no matter if it's like a Sacramento sound or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, it's a sound, it's a wave, you know what I mean? Like we ain't really politicking in that kind of matter. It's good that people actually have acknowledged it to a point that they want to do some shit, put some shit out. It's a Skar type beat. I've been finding that shit like, okay, I ain't did nothing to this, but it,
that Skar type beat vibe, huh?
Type shit is
that's
cool.
tight.
And they be from other areas, you know what I mean? Like that shit is dope. That's dope.
It's dope. So 34th in Mays, right? Do you have any visuals coming out on behalf of the project?
Hell yeah. I just dropped this one called Roll 10. That was like the intro.
Yeah.
We shot that shit out in San Diego. I had a show out there. You know, we just basically like vlogged it out. It's dope though. Check it out if you can. Besides that, I just recorded this video with me and this nigga TJ3K to this track called Real. Hey, and that track's special, like really special. Besides the fact that it's like my first director cut video. Where we got actors and you know they making me do shit. I'm pouring gasoline on people. They making me go off. You know what I mean? Some shit I ain't never done before. Besides that, the track took me to a different level too because I was actually I got on there a little bit differently than what I normally would, and I was actually talking about some real life shit that was that affected me differently, more on a personal level. You know what I'm saying? So. That's how that happened.
I admit, I love that track. I think like I've definitely heard it like 20 times, and it's on one of those. It's one of those songs that like when you find it, you're gonna play it a bunch, like, and it's gonna be on your favorites, you know.
Yeah, it should be. Everybody that hear it tell me the same thing, like, man, this one of the ones right here. I don't know what you was on, but you was on.
No
it,
doubt.
You know.
And I mean, honestly, the whole album sticks out. So like, you know, even how you said Roll 10, even the intro track, like all the tracks are attention grabbers. You know what I mean? And when I say attention grabbing, I just mean like, you know, some songs you'll hear them and you can just easily click next. You can't really just click next on any of the songs on that album. And that's important, I think. Like, that's like the key to having a well-rounded album. Is just, you know, you're gonna double back on all of them. You know what I mean?
You gotta grab them.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what I was kind of reaching for.
Even for me, when I was writing on it, I was like, dude, like, I can tell when I can rush a write-up, and like yours wasn't one I could rush, because it was like, I had more than 3 favorites, but I feel like even on the reading side, people don't want to read about more than a few, because most of the time people don't want to give a new artist a chance, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have to fight so hard to just get a listener nowadays, you know what I'm saying? That we got to really be tactful about what songs we play.
That's right. You got to really focus on that shit, man.
For real. So what inspired you to pursue being an artist professionally? It sounds like prior to you signing with Mozzy Records, you already kind of built your own imprint.
I really, like, I wanted to be like local in a way, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always looked up to the shit that they was doing. That shit was always dope. You know, like when I used to see niggas like the Jacket, rest in peace, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to see people like that and shit out there, Joe Blow and them and shit. Okay? Like, they talking that shit, you feel me? They talking that shit we going through,
right.
You feel me? And just like the energy, seeing shit, like, you know, I came a little, like Mac Dre was damn near, rest in peace him too, he was damn near gone when I was coming up, so, like, but watching the energy from, you know, his Trill TVs and shit like that, and I'm like, okay, this shit kind of dope right here, right? So, besides that, it started getting closer to me, you feel me? So, within the hood, we already had certain people that was rapping, doing their thing, you know, Swift, Celly Ru. We already had people that was out there doing this, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm like, it's in my range. Now, to kind of make it more mainstream, I gotta get that big one to Mozzy. You know what I'm saying? Just being around him and seeing, first off, him bringing me around mainstream people, bringing me around people that I thought I'd never be in a room with Lil Boosie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in the actual studio chilling. You know what I'm saying? Lil Boosie right here.
No big deal.
We chopping game.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Huge
like,
deal though.
Yeah,
like, yeah.
Like, okay, it's cool.
Right.
It's different people. It's people that brought me around and I didn't know who they was. And then later on, a year or two down the road, I'm like, oh, this nigga tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was already somebody, you know, at the end of the day. So it's like, okay, it's in our range.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's in our range. My nigga Cell be doing shit with mainstream people. You know what I mean? I'm like, that shit in our range, bro. So, you know, I had to shape it up a little bit. Like, okay, let me get the craft right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's it like working with Mozzy?
I ain't gonna lie, that nigga energy is like crazy. Like working with it, okay, let me tell you. So when I go to the studio with niggas, right? Anybody in the room will tell you. When I go sit down with him, I'm one of the first niggas that'll come with some shit. I got you, I'm on it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go jump in the booth. I already done rip my shit down and everything, feel me? So even when I'm around selling all the shit, sometimes I'm gonna kick at it, I'm gonna get to it. I've been doing it for a while. You know, like I got in a room with Mozzy, and I'm like, I'm still writing. And bro, like on my line, like, you ain't got nothing yet? Like, come on, bro. Like, man, y'all playing, bro. I'm up in here. I'm looking at the rest of the niggas like, y'all ain't got nothing yet? Goddamn, like, bro, he get to it, you feel me? Like, he get to work. Then I'm seeing the nigga work. I'm tired. I'm tired, bro. I'm in a booth. I'm in a studio like this. Trying to stay up. They up. It changed everything around me. It got to a point where now I'm reciting that same shit. I'm around people and they like, bro, how you in the booth? How you in the lab for 8 hours? I'm in here.
Yeah.
We working all day, all night. You know what I mean? They tell you probably the lab 5 in the morning sometime. You know what I'm saying? I'm in here. I done spent all day. We kicking one. tour life, different shit. It's crazy working with, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Speaking of tour life, that's a great point. So I'd imagine you've probably been to a lot of places already. What are some of the places you traveled to, you know, on Mozzy Records, maybe even just solo, like?
Shit, the ones that I could damn near remember, because I've been on a couple of tours with bro. New York, that's major. Atlanta, that's major. You know, Portland, Oklahoma City, Seattle's, you feel me? Boston, I performed in Boston.
Wow.
Shit, let's see, man. It's a lot of little Spokane, Washington's, and man, Arizona's, you know, like Phoenix. I done been around. Texas, you know what I mean? We done Houstoned it out. Fucking.
What's your favorite story? Tell us one good story being on tour that was just like fun and memorable to you.
I ain't gonna lie. So it was a story where I recorded it too. It was all on there. You know what I mean? But when niggas be on a sprinter, you know what I mean? Like it get kind of turned up. You feel me? But it's turned up in a good way. So whether a nigga playing games or you know, cause niggas be having a little game and shit up in there. You feel me? Whether a nigga playing games, bro, you feel me? Or niggas just talking shit. It was a point in time where Cell and Uzi Marcus, you feel me, had a little rumble going on in the sprinter van, you feel me? The shit cracked me up. So I'm sitting there the whole, you know, I'm hyping it. I ain't gonna lie, I gotta get to it, bro. Don't let him get on you like that.
Right.
So the whole
Don't let him talk to you like that.
Yeah,
all that.
Recording this shit, they damn near choking each other out. You feel me? Flipping each other over seats and shit. You know what I mean? It's crazy, but that be the main. That should be funny as fuck. Don't go to sleep. You know they gonna fuck with you. You go to sleep. They pouring water and shit down your mouth. You know all that shit. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit be hilarious to me, bro. You feel? I ain't the one to play with them.
Yeah.
Don't play with
they
them.
know.
Nah, don't play with them like that. They fucked me up. They fucked me up though.
They got you.
They fucked me
Hey man, you thought you could sleep, man.
They fucked me up.
You know what I'm saying? Plus, you can't be the new guy and be asleep.
Yeah, man.
Especially being on tour.
Yeah, they fucked
you know.
me up with little filters and shit. And
Oh
that.
no,
Yeah,
not the
man.
filters.
Baby face.
They baby face filtered you.
Yeah, don't go to sleep around that.
Damn.
That nigga done struck me out a few times. On everything. Won't even show you this shit, nigga. Probably a year later.
Y'all got kicked out of anything?
Nah, we ain't really did
No?
that.
No.
Everything was smooth. Yeah,
You know, it's very typical to be on tour and like, you know what I mean, smoking in the room, you get kicked out the room or that kind of shit.
Like the first little tours and shit like that, it was a whole lot of, you know, getting shit together. So
That's tight.
you know, little niggas was fucking around, smoking in rooms and shit we weren't supposed to and get in trouble and little shit like that.
Yeah.
But over a period of time, you know, you gotta grow. You can't keep doing that little childish shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be accountable for everything you're doing too. You know what I mean? So, nah, we wasn't on none of that. Everything was straight.
So since you've become successful, how do you deal with the haters?
I'm kind of learning to, I'm trying not to like really feed into like all the internet bullshit and everything like that. I'm still somebody though in a way, like if you write me, I'm gonna look at it. You know what I mean? Like I see you. You know what I mean? And depending on what you really say to me, I gotta get right back at you. But I'm learning, just don't even
9 out of 10 times.
Don't even say nothing, man. You know what I'm saying?
More than 9, but yeah.
Yeah, don't even say nothing. I'm learning. I'm trying to control it. At the end of the day, like I say, all this type of shit, I was just doing this shit in the streets. All this type of shit is new to me. I didn't really think that people was really gonna be out here looking for a nigga like that in a type of family way. You know what I mean? But it's love and it's hate, so you gotta balance it out.
No
At least
doubt.
you know about it. You know,
Yeah.
at least you know about it. That's a good thing, man.
I think that's what comes with success that most people don't really anticipate is when you're successful, there's a difference. Because when you're trying to do something, but it's not feeding you and you're not growing in it, that's one thing. But when you actually start seeing a financial reward for it, that's when I think they come, you know?
Nah, for real.
Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Someone asked me this the other day too. I see myself in a different position than what I'm in right now. for sure. And I just say that because of all the shit that I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole different ball game when you jump into this shit. You feel me? Besides from just putting out a video and saying, you know, I'm doing this for the hood, I'm a rapper. You know what I mean? It's a point now where you really gotta like strategize how you doing this shit. And I'm learning it. So over the years, I'm figuring out, let's see, 5 years from now, I'll be sitting back, definitely earning a lot more than what I'm earning now. You feel me? Visually, I've definitely put out a lot more. Besides the way that I'm living, I mean, because a lot of that is kind of going straight, you know what I mean? But I see myself in a whole different area. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't gonna be the same.
So, you had mentioned that you had your own label imprint. I just want to be clear, what's the name of the label imprint and who's on it?
ENT.
What is it?
No Feelings ENT.
No Feelings ENT.
Yes.
How many artists you got?
I got about 8 of them.
8?
Yeah, we thugging.
Nice. Where are they all from Sac or how does that look?
I got a Bay nigga.
You got a Bay artist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nigga Tito. He be working, you feel me? He ain't dropping nothing in a while. You know
Man, we
what I'm
appreciate
saying?
it, man.
Nah, it's all good.
You know what I'm saying?
Love. You feel me? If you love for sure. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, most of them really, they from Sac, you know?
Dope. Hell yeah. What, do you want to announce who they are or you still kind of brewing the situation?
I got some guys with me, man. You feel me? My nigga Henny Hank, you know, he in the motherfucking building, man. You understand me? My nigga Sid, he in the building. That's Profit right there. That's NFE Profit, he in the building. I got NFE Twin Demon, he ain't wind up showing up, you feel me? I got Monster, he in the building with me right here. You feel me? My boy Tito Mackin, my boy Tizzy B, you know what I'm saying? They ain't wind up show up right now, but you know, I got Bonsky, he in the back right here thugging with me.
Hey, why don't you guys announce who you are real quick?
I got my guys in here.
Hit some notation, man. You know what the fuck going on?
You know, little Will, man.
Yeah, gang shit.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
No, man. Got a couple of my guys up in here. A couple of them came, a couple of them didn't, you know. But yeah, we good. Nino Stacks, he just came home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got some guys fucking around with me.
Hell yeah. So where can people find you?
Besides my Skar Vivo on YouTube, you know, you can definitely go and look me up on Instagram because that shit booming right now. That's where everybody at. I don't got no TikToks or nothing like that. I don't really be on it, but my Instagram is Skar_34, SKAR_34. My YouTube, you know, youtube.com/SkarVivo, you know, SKAR Vivo. I don't really be on Twitter and nothing like that, but my Apple Music, my Spotify, I got all that shit moving right now. You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is that you, Deezer, iHeart, whatever it is that you listen to your music, you feel me? Look around, you know. I might be in a city near you, man. They talking about some radio play for a nigga, man. You know what I mean? Might be out there.
You got any last words or shout outs?
Man, I definitely want to give a big shout out to my guy Ian, man, behind the lens, you feel me? For real, man. Real ones, recognize real ones, you know? Understand the process of what I'm going through right here. And I want to give a shout out to my neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, I want to give a shout out to the village. I want to let everybody out there know, you feel me? We still care. It ain't like we ain't there, we ain't around, you know what I'm saying? We still there, we still thugging with you and that. Feel me? The same shit we doing, you can be doing. All we gotta do is just come together and reach out and help each other, you feel me? So that's really it. Within that, go check my shit out, man. Check my shit out, bro. I ain't fucking with you. You know how to let go, you know what I mean?